Alright guys, like I said, quick lobby, and we're back. Just a quick break there, just managed to grab myself a sip of my chocolate milk, the drink of champions. It is good for you kids. Anyways, into the draft, here we go. Everybody loaded up super quick, and we are ready to play Dota 2. Beginning with the draft here, Josh and the Tower Rangers get first pick, as they did not last game, and the sides are reversed. In case you are unaware of how it works here in the AD2L, it is a best of 2 series every night, or every twice a week. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays, a Tuesday league and a Thursday league, and when you play off, you do a best of 2, and the way the best of 2 works is the home team. I'm actually still not sure how home team is defined, but it just says the home team gets their pick of first pick or side. Whatever they select is reversed for the second game. So if they say I want side and I want Radiant, first pick will go to Dire, and then the next game it will switch. So the team who was on Radiant will get Dire with first pick, and the team who was on Dire will get Radiant with second pick.
5 seconds
and
remaining.
Then they play a best of 2, which is just 2 games, and you earn a point for each game that you play, or for each game that you win. So you accumulate league points by winning consistently and not dropping games in your matches. And when it comes around to the end of the season, the teams with the most points total will face off in a playoff round for the grand prize of 5 $10 Steam gift cards. So I mean, this tournament is sponsored out of pocket by a couple of fine gentlemen of the admins and the organizers of the tournament, paying for this completely out of pocket just to see some fantastic Dota and provide some good times to the community. So, you know, small prize, but fantastic nonetheless, and the tournament has been spectacular. So hats off to the admins. They've been doing a fantastic job organizing this and making sure that everybody is, you know, on par and ready to go. Anyways, bans here. We get a Slark, a Venomancer, a Alchemist, and a Clockwork ban out. And going into the picks here, Josh and the Tower Rangers are going to grab a Crystal Maiden. So, nothing too astonishing. I'm still not sure about the Slark ban, man. I have not seen a Slark just take off with a game. It just hasn't happened recently. And I mean, I don't know. It just seems like too easy a hero to play against for it to be first ban material. So, I mean, I guess that's just kind of what I think, but even so, whatever, man. Anyways, America's Finest Dota 2 players, or Dota players, whatever, they snatched themselves a couple nasty heroes in the Death Prophet and the Timber Saw. So that's a lot of beef, that's a lot of AoE damage, and that's a decent amount of push as well. So Josh and the Tower Rangers have got to instantly respond to this, because these are some scary pickups to be facing right away. Usually, one of these heroes will be banned or the other will be, you know, taken out. But, you know, if they're there and they both end up on the same team, that is going to be really rough to deal with, especially with another core. Josh and the Tower Rangers seem to want to try to play the AoE game and just make those team fights happen. So they grab the Gyrocopter. And Call Down and Freezing Field will mix pretty well together, but they're going to need some sort of AoE control or, you know, disruption in some way to make something happen. I'm thinking something along the lines of a disruptor, perhaps a Pugna to help in the counter push. Trying to think who else. Maybe even a Faceless Void for the Chronosphere. Try to just single out that Death Prophet and kill her before her spirits get too ridiculous. And a Clockwork would work really well for Josh and the Tower Rangers right now. I think Clockwork does really well. Actually, Clockwork is banned out, so we're not going to see that. But, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Just things and stuff. There's a lot of stuff still in the pool. Viper is the ban out for Josh and the Tower Rangers, so they get rid of that as it demolished them pretty rough last game. Like I said, I'm still not sure about their lane setup from last game. It was just so obscure. So obscure. But regardless, into this game, I wonder if AFDP will look to take a puck. So that would function very well with their team. And actually, I don't know. They've got their mid hero in the Death Prophet. Death Prophet can go in a tri-lane, but she's got to build differently and play a little bit differently as well. So I don't think that's going to happen. Still looking for a tri-lane out of AFDP, and still looking for another support, a mid laner, and an off laner for Josh and the Tower Rangers. taking their sweet time with this ban here as AFDP, just trying to really nail down what Josh and the Tower Rangers' strategy is to eliminate it. And they just go with the standard
Radiant
OD ban,
team
so
ban.
understandable. OD does beat the Death Prophet in the mid lane and is just a nasty hero to deal with all around, so they get rid of that. And the ball is back in Josh and the Tower Rangers' court.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Anyways, oh, just as they duck into the reserve time, they
Dire
get rid of
team
the puck
ban.
anyways, so I guess they were thinking along the same train of thought I did. Like I said,
Dire
that
team pick.
putting that Death Prophet in a tri-lane and then putting the puck mid would have made for a really nasty team fight in the mid game, but it does mean that your Death Prophet is hampered a little bit. Queen of Pain is the ban for AFDP, so they make sure that that can't be picked up. Just a little bit more AoE damage, and it does do pretty well against the Death Prophet.
Radiant team pick.
Vengeful Spirit is the pick here, so not really AoE, but something that really kind of messes with fights and positioning. And considering Josh and the Tower Rangers is going to want to play very positional, play very defensive against that Death Prophet and the Timber Saw, that Vengeful Spirit allows them to just kind of pull somebody out of that and say, screw you, you don't get to play defensive. But Lich pickup. Alright. I like that. That works out well. I'm still not sold on the Lich, man. I don't think he's as great a hero as he's cracked up to be. He's a good hero, and he does his thing, but you know, he's not quite. I don't think he's as much of a high priority as he is right now. But regardless, that's my opinion. The Juggernaut is picked up by AFDP, so we could be looking for another. Actually, I think Shadow Shaman will actually function really well in their lineup. We saw that banned out in the first game for absolutely zero reason, but I think in this game it would function really well. They're still looking for another support. They've got a decent amount of push to their name, and Shadow Shaman always works really well with Juggernaut in the lane because of shackles into Blade Dance. So I think it would work well for him. There's a lot of other supports in this game that will still work really well. I mean, you could do an Earthshaker, you could do a Venomancer's gone. What could you do? Like I said, Disruptor would work fairly decently on either of these teams right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like staring at my poster trying to figure out what they could throw into the mix here. I don't know. Back to Josh and the Tower Rangers. They're still looking for a mid laner and an off laner. Weaver has not been banned or picked yet, so they could be looking for that. That might help their game a lot. He's a really mobile hero, and the stealth will help him get away from a lot of the nastier abilities on AFDP. I do believe Sakuchi will disjoint Magic Missile, so I think Weaver's actually probably an optimal pickup here. Do it. Get that Weaver.
I speak for the trees.
There you have a Nature's Prophet. Alright, so Nature's Prophet gonna be the pickup. That will probably be their offlaner because I don't imagine he will be jungling this game with the two dedicated supports. So we're looking at probably an offlane Prophet versus a Timber Saw, and then an undetermined mid laner and an undetermined support. Lanaya is banned out for AFDP, so really not wanting to deal with that. I don't blame them one bit. She is just annoying as all hell. And a lot of their damage is in bursts as well. I think Death Prophet's ultimate is the only thing that would really tick down Refraction fast. Everything else is going to get blocked severely. I mean, Juggernaut's ultimate would get blocked almost entirely by it. Timbersaw's damage would get pretty much blocked unless you know, she was standing in his chakram for a while. So regardless, that's taken out, understandably so. And last ban here for Josh and the Tower Rangers. They take out the Bounty Hunter, and I don't blame them one bit. Shadow Shaman it is! Rastaman! Rasta, I called it. Alright, there it is. So Rasta on AFDP, and they've got a really, really dangerous lineup. There's a lot of kill potential in every single lane. So they've got a really strong laning phase, plus they have push out the boot. They, you know, when they want to take a tower, they will take a tower. So I'm curious as to how Josh and the Tower Rangers are going to respond to this. They've got some push of their own. They've got some Rat Dota in the Nature's Prophet.
10
Gyrocopter might
seconds
even go for an
remaining.
Aghanims this game. For those of you who don't know, Aghanims gives Gyrocopter's
5
ultimate
seconds remaining.
infinite range across the map, so he can just drop that on creep waves anywhere. And it,
Fire
you
team
know,
pick.
I think it actually might be a good idea to purchase that. Usually it's not. Usually you just want damage and flat out fighting power, but just considering the way I imagine this game playing out, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Razor is the last pickup though, so Josh and the Tower Rangers are going to be trying to run that Razor against the Juggernaut, which will sap up his damage and make that tri-lane
Prepare for
pretty much
battle.
moot. But I don't know, man. There's still some iffiness in these JTR's draft from me right now. I'm still not convinced that it is as optimal as they might seem to think it is. I mean, Nature's Prophet isn't even that great against Timbersaw. He does okay. He pokes him down right at the beginning, but I mean, once Prophet or once once Timber gets a point in reactive armor, Treants mean nothing. That was what I was trying to say. But this is a jungle build for Prophet. This is definitely the items that you would buy if you were jungling. But he shouldn't be jungling. What are they going to do in the offlane? Are they going to just like stick
30
Lich up there to
seconds
deny?
battle.
I don't know, man. I don't know what their lanes are going to be. A little more cut and dry on the side of AFTP though. We got the Juggernaut, the Vengeful Spirit, and the Shadow Shaman, all going to be in a lane together. The Death Prophet is going to be on the mid lane by herself, and the Timbersaw is going to be down on the bottom. So I'm interested here. What's going on? What's going on?
The battle begins.
I'll have to see how they play out these lanes here, because I mean, Prophet should be off lane if you want to be optimal about this, but they might just be abandoning the top lane, just saying screw it, just jungle from the start. Interesting. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, that's actually probably a really friggin' good idea, because AFTP's draft was aimed to kill in the lane. They picked heroes that are just meant for killing people in the lane. And just as I say that, Nature's Prophet walks up there anyways. Screw it. Whatever, guys. It's not a bad idea. We'll go. So, Prophet's going to be up in the top lane. I suspect him to die a couple times because, I mean, the second a Shackle or Magic Missile flies, he is dead. That is literally just it. If it connects, he's dead. So, I think,
Pull roots and run.
you know, I think him being up here might be a bad idea. I think the better call might have been to stick him in the jungle and just suicide this lane and let Juggernaut get free farm, but meanwhile try to get your Razor or your Gyro free farm as well, and then let Razor deal with him later. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe they'll do it after H Prophet dies once or twice. I don't mean to insinuate that he is definitely guaranteed going to die, because that is definitely not the case, but the possibility is always there, and if this creep wave gets pulled back decently as it is right now, it'll be a lot dangerous. It'll be a lot more dangerous for Prophet to stay in this lane. Why do they always do this to me, man? Every single time I cast a game for AD2L, every single time I do it, they give me a game with like two similar sounding heroes. It's always like Shadow Fiend and Shadow Demon, Nature's Prophet, Death Prophet. Like, oh my god, every single time there is one of those matchups, and I guarantee you, a few times this game, I am just gonna call Nature's. I'm just gonna be like, Prophet's doing this, and you guys are like, well, what? Death Prophet doesn't have trees. Okay, it's on the bottom lane. Timbersaw just sneaking up in the trees himself, trying to see if he can snatch himself a little bit of XP, but he's gonna be forced to back off as the supports come around to mess with him. He gets cold snapped up, not cold snap, frost blast. The frosty blasty. Anyways, Prophet treading on dangerous territory there as the Shadow Shaman comes up from the bush and looks for him. What is this head cosmetic, man? It looks so ugly. His face is like, I don't know what that goofy ass smile is. Anyways, last hits and denies. 9 for 3 on the Death Prophet. The 8 for 5 on the Juggernaut, 5 and 3 on the Gyro, 5 and 0 on the Razor, who is already forced out of lane. He goes back to base, grabs himself some boots, and TP's back. Not a single consumable in his inventory. That is definitely not a good way to start out this game. He's going to have a rough time if Death Prophet keeps pushing him out like this. Yeah, she catches him again with that, and he's down to half health already after immediately teleporting back. So this Prophet definitely winning this lane, but man, yeah, Razor should have brought himself some consumables and just tried to stay this lane out until he got himself a bottle, but not looking good. Got a stealth Vengeful, or a smoked up Vengeful, looking for a catch on him. And as he shies up to the top, he eats a magic missile, and bye bye, buddy, you're toast. Attack just flies out. First blood goes to the mid lane, and this Death Prophet snatching it up. Bottom lane, Timbersaw just kind of chilling, picking up some last hits underneath his tower, but Timber chaining away as soon as he gets frostbitten up. So, I mean, like I said, he's safe. He's safe down here for a while. I mean, if a real gank comes in and he's low health like this, he might get picked apart, but I think he's all right for now. Sees Vengeful being really aggressive, coming in from behind the tower, and I mean, she might not even need her allies. She might just need the creep wave at the tower, and then she can walk up and just auto attack this Prophet down because he is treading on dangerous territory. Oh, sorry, I had to mute myself there. I had to cough, and I really didn't want to do it in the microphone. Glad I caught that in time. But yeah, Vengeful now looking for her space. She's waiting for it. She just had I think she just had her boots delivered to her, but I don't know if this is gonna happen. She's kind of wasting her time now because Prophet is keeping these creeps from getting up to his tower and doing any major damage. So the pull comes out from the Shadow Shaman, so this lane is going to pull back to the tower, and Vengeful might be able to find her time by sneaking in behind the river here, but who knows? Up in the mid lane, Razor still eating a lot of harassment. He still can't afford his bottle, if that's even what he's going for, and just not having a good time. This Death Prophet, I mean, the Crypt Swarm's so much damage, and it's so easy to spam with that bottle up that, you know, it's pretty inconsequential. Josh doing alright. Shadow Shaman seeing if he can get something going there. Oh, I think if he had turned back around at that exact proper moment, he would have snagged the shackles on that. But he does not, and Prophet lives to see another day. I'm still watching this guy, man. Like, he is the prime target to die, and he wasn't even first blood. There he goes. There we go. About time. I was just talking about how it should happen, and it finally does. So a second kill going to America's Finest Dota players, and already looking at a commanding position heading into this second game.
Radiant's middle tower is under
For anybody
attack.
just tuning into this game, this is game 2, and then the first game, Josh in the tower range. Oh my God! Look at this! Oh, look at this! All right. Prophet comes in for a gank, but doesn't Sprout immediately because he doesn't have Sprout. He's only what? Okay. All right. So no Sprout. So that gank was completely useless. Gets one auto attack off and then has to walk back to base. But yeah, last game, America's Finest Dota players just came out with a really strong strategy in their Dragon Knights and who's their carry? Their
Radiant's middle tower
oh no,
is
I'm
under
thinking of
attack.
another game. Man, I'm a blank on game number 1 for some reason. I'm like, they did stomp though. It was a 15-minute GG as they were pushing tier 2s,
Radiant's top
and Josh in the tower
tower is under
just
attack.
couldn't handle the intensity, man. So they got out of the kitchen and got back into the dish pit where they're taking the second game from.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's Gyro doing pretty well on his farm down here. He's had free farm almost the entire game, and he is still only second highest CS in the game. Juggernaut's still beating him by about 4 creep scores right now, and
Radiant's middle tower
Radiant
has
tier
fallen.
1 drops to the Death Prophet, so she takes the first tower blood, and she's going to be looking dangerous moving into this mid game. She's just going to roam around to each tower and just continue to do what she just did. Oh, Juggernaut drops the Omni Slash, and one auto attack finishes off that Prophet. So, oh man, you got to keep those Treants near you if you're playing against Jug like that. That was a completely preventable death. Even having one Treant just on follow command on him when the Juggernaut was around would have been enough to prevent that. But sends his Treants off to fight the Shadow Shaman for no reason and gets himself Omni Slash. Oof, misplays. 3-0 is your kill score right now in favor of America's Finest Dota players. 7 minutes 35 seconds into this game, and AFDP looking to be off to a commanding start, heading into well, already in their second game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Spirit down here, now looking to see if she can make anything happen. The Death Prophet is there as well, and oh man, the stun misses, the slow misses, and the stun is not there. Timbersaw jumping right in, gonna see if he can make anything happen. Throws out the Chakram, and it does manage to flip the Lich just on the side. Prophet comes in, makes a treant, and he's looking for some action, but still doesn't even have a point in his throat, so he can't block anybody off. And that arrow's gonna, or that miss is gonna fly and follow Death Prophet, but it's not gonna kill her, and nobody else is either. Juggernaut picks himself up the tower on the top lane, so Josh and the Tower Ranger just feeling the pressure, man. Like I said, this draft was really good by AFDP. A lot of really strong heroes and a really good laning phase just being given to them. So it was really on Josh and the Tower Rangers to make try to make this mid game happen for them, and it's not going to. Really, they're super far behind, and the advantage just goes out. And another kill drops, 6-0 already. Not a single hero dropping on the side of AFDP, and oh, just as I said it, Shadow Shaman feeds the first team blood. Oh man, he's fired. He's fired. Chakram misses, and I mean, Crystal Maiden's still gonna drop because she's squishy as hell, and Death Prophet auto attacks 3/4 of her health. But the Timbersaw missing. That's the important part. Vengeful Spirit drops, so another kill going the way of Josh and the Tower Rangers. Razor not doing too terribly bad now as he continues to press onto that mid lane and look to see if he can find himself a Timbersaw, but that Timber Chain away is going to ensure his escape. The top lane here, the 0-3 Prophet, just trying to farm up, get himself a little bit of gold. Does finally pick up a point in Sprout, so he's got those trees to hold somebody in if they try to get away. Oh my god, what the hell just happened there? Razor just had a run-in with Death Prophet, and she finished him off. So she is 4-0-2 right now, and just looking absolutely beastly right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Death Prophet looking like, or Death Prophet, Juggernaut looking like he wants to go for that Battle Fury route. Now sitting on a Perseverance and saving up. What's he got on the courier there? That's a broadsword. Okay, the Gyrocopter is getting eaten alive quite a bit, but he drops out the Rocket Flare. Not going to be enough damage as the shock comes in, finishes him off. Looking for that Lich, and the Shackle goes out. He drops. So the Shadow Shaman and the Timbersaw both picking up kills down on the bottom lane. 2 to 10 is the kill score, 10 minutes and 30 seconds in this game. And pressure on this bottom tier 1, it is going to go down. No question about it. The Death Prophet ultimate, there is a Fortify available, and TPs could make it happen, but I have a feeling they're just going to let this one drop. Death Prophet not even bothering to use the ultimate for this because she really doesn't need it. It's going down from auto attacks anyways. Looks like we got a mechanism pick up by the Death Prophet as well, which I like. She'll be grabbing that in about 200 gold, and that'll really help her team out a ton in these coming team fights that they are going to force. Down bottom tier 2, and this might be where she decides to throw out her ultimate, because they've got, they've got the ability to push this. And there it goes. She pops out the ultimate, and that cannon minion does survive this those tower hits, which means that he's going to have just going to be adding a little bit more damage to this fight. Oh my god, that Prophet ultimate with the tower damage coming out, doing a lot there, and oh. Geez, so many heroes, so low. Death Prophet going back in, and does manage to pick up the Crystal Maiden, so it was just a 2 for 2, but the Prophet coming in right now. Oh my god. He throws out one auto attack, not enough. She's moving so fast, he just can't quite do it, and Timbersaw is going to walk right back in and go for... Oh my god! Prophet dies and they both live! How? Oh my god. What a player. These guys, man, that was just so impressive. I was so worried for both... I was so damn worried there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But, oh man. Timbersaw's gonna throw out a pause. Not sure the reason. Asking for 1 sec. And, what? Josh says no, GG.
Under attack.
Are they actually gonna let this go? Right now? Oh, please don't. They do!
Victory.
Wow. Alright guys, well, they just call it there. I guess, demoralized from the first victory and getting slapped around a little bit early here, they just drop it early. 12-minute GG. That is one of the fastest I have ever seen, in fact. I think the first game here was 15 minutes 50 seconds. Our second game, 12 minutes and 15 seconds. So less than a half an hour of total game time between these two games, and AFDP, America's finest Dota 2 players, take this game. Or take this series, actually, which puts them, where does that put them in their league? That puts them 2 more points up, so they now have 7 points, and will retain their place as, will retain their first place in their division. So, fantastic play there. I was really enjoying them. But, yeah, these guys are doing awesome. I casted one of their games the other day. They're definitely a team to look out for in this tournament, so keep an eye out for them. But I think that is it for Amateur Dota 2 League games today. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. I have been Cptn.Canuck, your shoutcaster. Please check me out on Twitch at Cptn.Canuck Dota, at YouTube at Cptn.Canuck Dota, and give me a follow, a like, a subscribe, whatever you can. I'd love to have more viewers. I'd love to, bring you guys more content. Whenever I'm not casting AD2L, I'm throwing up a public server game that I cast every single night of the week. So always great content coming up from me. Make sure to give me a follow, and I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next time, next Tuesday on the Amateur Dota 2 League. And thanks guys for watching. Once again, this was America's finest Dota players versus Josh and the Tower Rangers. Have a good night.